Hello, everybody. Looks like the gauge says it's empty. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today. Today's beer comes from Breckenridge Brewing. Uh, they're out of Denver, Colorado, and another one of the sellouts as far as I'm concerned. They were bought out by AB InBev, so I don't buy Breckenridge beers anymore. This was sent to me by Brandon, so we're going to review it, but I appreciate him sending it to me, but I don't buy Breckenridge beers anymore because they sold out. And some of the other ones, one up the road here, sold out to the bigger, say the bigger Bang 3, and I don't buy their beers anymore. Devil's Backbone. I don't purchase them. So I don't support the big guys, and I don't support the little guys that sell out to the big guys. So that's how it works. But we're going to review this, and Brandon spent his money on it, sent it to me, and I've not had this one before. So and on this one, great big 16-ounce can. This is their Nitro series. So I don't know if it's got a widget in it or how they get the Nitro. It might be like Left Hand does theirs. It says here, chill at 42 degrees, open and wait 5 seconds and then pour it in the glass. So that's what we're going to do. The Nitro beers are usually a little bit better than the regular version. A little creamier mouthfeel and stuff on them. It's really nice how they can do that. It says here, Nitro Pumpkin Spice Latte is a stout made with dark roasted malts and carefully roasted cold pressed coffee, beans, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves delicately complement the taste of rich pumpkin. These well-balanced, tall flavorings present fall flavorings. I can't hardly read this thing. It's not bright enough for me to see. That sucks getting old. You can't see. Presented with the velvety texture of nitrogen, create a truly distinctive and delicious beer. 5.5% on this one, it says, guys. Let's see, yep, 5.5's got it on the can, and on the very bottom, and it's got a date stamp, but it is written in microscopic small numbers. It says 12/9/16. It was not canned on 12/9. I have had this longer than that. So that is probably their enjoy by or best by date. And we have surpassed that probably by a month by the time you see this. Today is actually the 22nd of December that I'm reviewing this on. Right before the big holiday. So, but it won't post for several weeks. That's all we need to talk about. It says 11 IBUs here on Rate Beer at 5.5%. And while I tell you the food pairings, well, not much. General, dessert, meats, poultry. Let me pop this and wait 5 seconds. Yep, it's definitely got something in it because I heard it going to town. Alright, it's time. Ooh, that looks like chocolate milk coming out of there. Let's get some creaminess on here. Go down the center. I'm not going to pour it all in there right now. I don't hear anything, any ball or anything in there from that, but you can tell how creamy that is, and look at all the bubbles streaming out from the outside. It's amazing how they do that. Wow. And that head is just as creamy as it can be. Over to the light, guys. I can see light through the thin part of the glass, but not up here in the big bowl part. That's a good looking creamy headed beer there. Let's get a nose on it, see what we got. Pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, coffee, ginger. Smells pretty damn good. I bet an imperial version of that would have been pretty tasty. Well, and the head on that just is amazing. It just like there's yogurt piled up in there. It is very creamy. All right, let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Nice pumpkin-y spices in there. This would go well with a pumpkin pie, no doubt. Coffee's a little subdued, and like I tell you guys all the time, anything that's brewed with coffee, and if you don't do it in a timely manner, I don't know how long this has been in the can, guys. If they put this in a can in September, the coffee probably faded by now at the end of December. I'm getting a little bit of the coffee, but I got a feeling that it'd been a little bit better. And I apologize again to Brandon. Some of these beers have got pushed back in the back of the fridge, and I haven't got to them. And I probably should have got to this in October, not December. So it's got a decent taste. It's kind of mellow, and to be nitrogen, it's got a little bit on the thin mouthfeel side. I was expecting it to be just a little bit creamier tasting, but the head is definitely very creamy. It's got a really pleasant nose. Smells better than it tastes a little bit right now, but it's right out of the fridge. We're going to let it warm up. Well, let's do that. Let's let it warm up before I say anything else and see where it ends up once it comes up to room temperature. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Not impressed. Sorry. Got a wonderful aroma on the nose. The taste and the mouthfeel is a little bit to be desired though. Hey guys, when I first started doing beer reviews, I did some Breckenridge beers, and I found them to be rather transitional beer company. I have had some that have been tasty over the last 2 years. I haven't bought them; they've been sent to me, but they are doing something a little different now. They've stepped up their game a little bit, but this one's just not doing it for me. Final chug. Now that it's warmed up, I am getting the coffee. Probably not as much as I would have when it was first put in the can, but I'm getting it. And it's not a bad beer by any means, guys. It's a nice beer. It is, but it's definitely not an A beer in my opinion. So take that for what it is. And some of that may be my fault for letting it sit in the refrigerator for a month or two. It's decent. I put it that way. It's not a bad beer. The alcohol, non-existent. So of course, it's not a big beer. It's not only a 5 something beer. So 5.5, yeah, 5.5% beer. So it's not a huge beer. So far, from the 3 we've done already, the first one we did the day before yesterday was probably the tastiest so far. And I've got a sweet potato beer in there, and I've got 3 imperial beers, 14, 15, and 16. And we're going to probably get to those. We're going to probably line all those up. It's just going to be a challenge for me to do 3 imperials on a trifecta, all 3 of them at the same time. So I'll have to work out how that's going to work, and see how that turns out at the end of the video there. So, but anyway, to me, guys, I'm gonna give it a B, 85, straight down the middle of the B range. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 83. So I'm giving it better numbers than those, and I may be a little on the generous side. Over to Rate Beer, they have it overall 46 and 57 in the style. Those guys were not impressed. And for final check-in, we'll go over to Untappd. They have it at 3.42. So I'm probably being a little generous. This may be a B- beer. But they did put the ABV on it. And they do have a enjoy by or best by date. Doesn't say that, but it's got 12/9/16, and I've had it longer than that, so I know that's not the canned on date, guys. So, but it was a nitro, which gave it a nice creamy head, and probably helped the beer out just a little bit. So, okay, I'm gonna stick with it. I think it's a B beer. At least they've got the ABV on it and a date on the bottom of it, even though it's a best by or enjoyed by date. At least they've made that attempt where yesterday's beer didn't have either one of them. So, alright guys, if you've had this one from Breckenridge Brewing, their Nitro Series Pumpkin Spice Latte. Let me know what you think, guys. And come on back tomorrow. We're going to dig another one out. See you then.